Johnny Whitaker komt clean about Brian Kidd at the age of 65. John Orson Whitaker Jr., also known as Johnny Whitaker, came into this world in Nuys, California, on December 13, 1959. Johnny was different from the rest from the moment he was a little boy, while serving as a performer. But in his youth he had an innate ability to strike an emotional chord without differences. A sense of innocence, warmth, and candor provided his performances. These were the defining characteristics of his profession that brought him fame before he was even a teenager. Whitaker got her start in the entertainment industry at a young age. He began making appearances in television ideas at the tender age of 3, immediately becoming famous for his charisma and expressive ways. To become an extraordinary acting career began with his early appearances. A breakout role came in 1966 on the hit CBS comedy Family Affair, playing the role of Jody Davis. Johnny starred with Brian Kidd and Sebastian Cat as a young lawyer who, with Anne Yonisophy and their twin sister, moved in with their uncle Bill. The program was so popular that it aired for 5 seasons. Years spanning 1966-1971. Thanks to his uneasy piston of a child's innocence in the ways of laws and adaptation, Johnny won over millions of viewers with his portrayal of Judd. Whitaker became one of the most famous young actors while his show, Family Affair, was at the top of the ratings. On the Hollywood BLVD, his expertise and maturity in playing characters with complicated emotions were much admired. A convincing sense of family was created by his tight friendship with his stars, especially Brian Kidd, which transferred brilliantly on screen. Struck a chord with listeners. In real life, Johnny grew close to Kidd, who he saw as a father figure. This bond would have a lasting impact on Johnny. While many child stars failed to make the leap into cinematic parts after their involvement with the show ended, Whitaker did so with ease. His 1972 work received a critical praise from many co-authors. Portrayal in The Biscuit Eater, an endearing tale of a little kid and his faithful dog, demonstrating his ability to propel a picture with authentic emotional resonance. In 1973, he was involved in Tom Sawyer, a Reader Digest production with a scout by the Sherman Brothers, in which he portrayed the charming but mischievous Tom Sawyer. He was one of the most famous adaptations of the character. The daring youngster from Mark Twain's beloved book was brilliantly portrayed. The 2012 season of Johnny Whitaker's produced and hosted radio talk show title was an unexpected and inventive opportunity for him to reach the spotlight. A show starring Dr. Zot and Johnny, by combining comedy, open dialogue, and introspective contemplation. The series provided Whitaker with a platform to engage with viewers in a completely novel manner. His charisma, humor, and tease in front of the camera were frequently complimented by viewers. Plus his perceptive commentary on the entertainment industry and everyday life. Long-time fans treasured the show's nostalgic game status since it featured the unsocial star discussing his career in Hollywood and beyond with wisdom, comedy, and candor, despite the show's brief life. Whitaker pursued yet another creative endeavor in 2013. Leap, step right up to the stage now. In the Judson Theater Sampana's expert staging of Harper Lee's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, To Kill a Mockingbird, an enduring American classic, he made an appearance. Despite playing a small role, Whitaker brought a subtle poise to the role of George Taylor. Seriousness that demonstrated his acting chops and appreciation for literary drama. His presence stirred audiences, and critics praised his emotive delivery and composed authority, which they said made the courtroom scenes more realistic. Whitaker saw the job as a significant opportunity to return to life. Theater, where he was able to rediscover the art of acting that he captivated him since he was a kid. Whitaker later got joy defense of all August in 2016 when he made a throwback appearance in the Amazon remake of the classic 1970 series Second and the Sea Monsters. In the pilot, he exchanged their jobs with Daily Ruth Civil Captain Barnums while playing the part of such a grumpy but hilarious boat owner. It was more than simply a lighter-hearted game. I earned homage to the original series and Whitaker's background in children's television, heightening the reuniting and celebratory atmosphere. Legendary series creator Sid and Marty Kraft made guest appearances in the episode as well. The return of Whitaker to the world of Second and the Sea Monsters was a delightful experience for fans of the series and those who had never seen it before. Symbol of its lasting impact on a generation enchanted with Saturday morning television. Johnny Whitaker demonstrated that its love of narrative was unwavering via its varied work in radio, theater, and film. Its brilliance was on full display in every performance. He has a lot going for him, from its warmth and humorous timing to its emotional depth and nostalgic appeal. Despite having won over audiences as a key actor, Whitaker has shown a significance of slowing down or losing its inventiveness or commitment to providing engaging performances in its later career. The union between Johnny Whitaker and Simrier. Although it was only a little part of the actor's complicated life, Wright was an important one. Johnny was trying to make his way through the typically tumultuous transition from child celebrity to adult life when he entered his wife, married in 1984. When that happened, Whitaker had already achieved their fame. Second and the Sea Monsters and Family Affair, Tom Sawyer were two of his most memorable roles. But he was fighting an uphill battle to find himself and his place in the world away from the Hollywood limelight, hiding behind the charming boy next door persona that had brought him fame. Getting married to Simri Wright happened while he was looking for a steady relationship, some company, and maybe some normalcy after a long stint in the crazy entertainment industry. Johnny may have been drawn to Simri Wright at first because of her lack of involvement with the entertainment industry. He had become tired of the artificiality and demands associated with celebrity. Their honor and symbolized his hopeful pursuit of a life away from the spotlight, where he could find real connection and stability. Laughter and joyful there as the couple planned their future together. It quickly became complicated, though, as is typical of many young marriages, particularly those shrouded in Hollywood's mystic, ran into problems. Many things were going on in Johanna's life, from its disillusionment with the entertainment industry to its battles with substance misuse, which had a profound impact on its relationships and life in general. The marriage was probably under a lot of stress because of these problems, as it started to hear of emotional distance and competing priorities. Johnny Whitaker and Simri Wright they to end their marriage and formalized their divorce in 1988 after 4 years of marriage. Johnny went through a difficult time and a turning point in his life when he and his girlfriend split up. He had to face his on issues and reevaluate his life but once his marriage ended. The divorce had a significant impact on Johanna's views on relationships, resilience, and the importance of self-care, even though very little is known about Simri Wright. She stayed secret following the split. Sense of value. Whitaker later gave honest interviews about the difficulties he endured during and after the marriage, reflecting on how the breakup was one of several turning points that prompted him to start over. Johnny went through a very trying period in his life after his parents' divorce. During this period, he struggled with substance abuse and lost interest in the performing career that he defined his early years. Still, something truly extraordinary emerged there from that shadow. After overcoming his addiction and finding spiritual renewal, he spent the next several years fighting for the rights of authors. Very same conflicts. For all its hurt, which his brief marriage to Simri Wright was an important stepping stone on the road to recovery and self-discovery. Family Affair, a popular sitcom from the 1960s, has a particular place in the hearts of its admirers for many years. Enduring bond between the young Jodie Davis and the seasoned Brian Keith, who plays H.S. on screen, Uncle Bill Davis. Now that she is 5 years old, Johnny Whitaker, the child star who played Jodie, has chosen to share detailed details about his experience working with Keith, a man who became much more than just a toaster in his essays. According to Whitaker, Brian Keith isn't your average actor. As a young girl trying to make sense of the crazy Hollywood world, he was there for me every step of the way, like a second father. He taught me the ropes, gave me advice, and shielded me from the glare. The words he spoke illuminated. The strong bond they shared on an emotional level, which went beyond the constraints of the camera and the screenplay. The word of grown-ups, long hours of work, and high expectations was thrown onto Whitaker as a little child of 7 years old when the family affair started. Despite all, Brian Keith emerged as someone who brings stability. Despite his hard exterior, he possessed a tender soul. Even though Whitaker claimed he already discussing his emotions, his real concern was palpable. while the kids were waiting for their turn. Kid, who is usually quite intimidating, took the time to leave his theorem and explain things to theorem inside their defensive lines. The words Loner and now, Johnny, he would insist, trust their word. I'd soon check that for the rest of my life. However, Whitaker did admit that there were times when his connection with Kid was difficult. To some, he may seem menacing. Whitaker conceded that he possessed a voice capable of causing tremors. Plus, when he was furious, everyone knew to give him space. However, which's love for us was always clear to me. All he was a guy with a lot of burdens on which's shoulders. Whitaker's demeanor became grave as he considered Kate's later life challenges, such as his health decline and personal tragedies. He said, "It's easy for people to forget that even strong men like Brian can be broken on the inside." He had been through a lot, and to which is suffering short in ways most people don't understand. I get it. Whitaker was a teenager when his 1971 affair ended. She had yet to shed his child star persona. For some time, Brian maintained contact with me. Whitaker admitted that he would want to check in on me, particularly after learning that I was having problems. Hollywood, though, has a way of dividing humanity. We were each on our own journeys. After all these years, Whitaker was absolutely crushed when he heard about Kate's untimely death in 1997. "I remember crying like a kid again," remarked the man. "It ruptured my heart, for I could feel the anguish he was through. Being my TV uncle wasn't all he was. You were like a family to me." In his subsequent remarks, Whitaker elaborated on how much he has internalized Kate's teachings. "I learned the definition of professionalism from him. The importance of acting beyond stardom was demonstrated to him by him," he added. Realness was at the center. There was this uncanny exuberance acting that made every scene feel authentic. "Johnny, if you were not feeling it, the audience won't either," he would tell you. For almost half a century, that piece of advice has remained with me. Whitaker, in thinking back on Kate's past, underscored how unusual it was to see an adult in Hollywood who really concerned about the ill-being of a kid actor. He said that many adults who said children like me as their budgets. He explained, "However, Brian never truly did. In Nuys says, I was a person. He protested me, and I believed as WHY. Unlike many other kid stars, I was able to make IT through the industry." Whitaker has previously discussed HES on struggles. Grappled with substance abuse and despair as a star began to earn, but he attributed the development of resilience to the influence of mentors like Kid. "Whenever I was down, I'd think about Brian's strength. He was an inspiration because he bravely confronted HES demons," he stated. Whitaker now has proven appreciation for family airfare, not merely because of the material gain, but also because of the personal connections it fostered. "I don't think I ever really told Brian how much he meant to me," he said with a hint of melancholy. "His impasse on my life was proven, and if I could express it to him, I would." Their moment of fame or riches could ever come precede for the self-confidence he instilled in me. Johnny Whitaker's touching introspection served as a reminder to viewers that the joy and mirth of the golden age of television were actually based on genuine human connections. Some delicate, some coherent perks, but all profoundly significant. Whitaker asserted that Brian Kid was an inspiration to him. Being 65 years old has given me the insight to see that he isn't acting. Day in and day out, he demonstrated to me what an authentic man and a genuine